Okay, Lisa, I have put this on cinematic mode because I learned that from one of your vlogs. So I don't know if I look cinematic. It looks like the background may be blurred. I don't know if I look any better because I don't know if that's possible. I'm attempting to follow along with Lisa Loves as she does these movie lists from the book Film Listography. I'll put a link in the description to her channel. This one is going to be my list of favorite foreign films, or just a list of foreign films I have seen, because I have not seen a lot of foreign films. Not that I dislike foreign films, I like foreign films. I'm just usually too tired to read subtitles. Not that I dislike subtitles, they're fine. It's just, my eyes get tired. These aren't going to be in any particular order. I'm going to start off with some honorable mentions. Blue is the warmest color. The performances by the two lead actresses were great, but the sex scenes were a little bit graphic for me, and I think one of the actresses was only 17 at the time, so that's a little icky for me. High Tension, also French. Again, great performances by the lead actresses and great special effects. A Very Long Engagement, directed by Jean Pierre Jeunet, who also directed Amelie and Alien Resurrection. And this also stars the girl who played Amelie. It's about a girl who is searching for what happened to her fiance who went off to fight in World War One. It had really great cinematography, although I think I'm remembering that there was a yellow or a golden cast to everything. Not that that's bad, it was just, something you notice. And Jodie Foster has a small role in it in French, entirely in French, because she speaks French. Is cinematic mode hiding my hot flash right now? Because I'm starting to break out in a sweat. It'll only last a minute. Okay, so I'm going to start my list with a movie I think Lisa didn't like, if I remember correctly, and that is One Cut of the Dead. I loved that one. I thought it was brilliant. What is it, Japan? Japanese? Because I went into it thinking it was going to be one thing, and then I was pleasantly surprised when it turned out to be a different thing. That's all I'm going to say about it. If you know, you know. Next, I will say the movie Terrified, an Argentinian horror film, which I really liked. I thought it had a good atmosphere to it, although it does feel like it's like three different types of horror movies smushed into one. But yeah, I really liked the lead actors in it and the mystery of it. After that, I've got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Obviously, I mean the original Swedish film. These are probably mostly going to be like well-known foreign films. I don't remember a lot about it because I rented it on DVD from Netflix years ago, but I did buy the trilogy on Blu-ray and just haven't had a chance to watch them yet. But A Tale of Two Sisters, a South Korean horror movie, mystery suspense. Two sisters move back to live with their dad and stepmom, and the house seems to be haunted. I thought it was effectively creepy and it pulls at the heartstrings. I'm just going to list all the South Korean horror movies together. I Saw the Devil. I think that may have been the first South Korean horror movie I watched where I was like, okay, I need to watch more South Korean horror movies because this is excellent. I seem to remember it being kind of gory, but just really well done. Like the whole serial killer thing, just really well done. The Wailing, again, really well done. Kind of dark, genuinely creepy, and kind of a downer of a movie. Train to Busan, just one of the best zombie movies in my opinion, even though I'm not even that big of a fan of the way that the zombies are done in parts of it, but it doesn't matter. Great movie. I also like the is it a prequel or a sequel, the animated Soul Station, is that what it's called? That was really good too. Love that. The Vanishing, the Dutch movie, which I think is way creepier than the Hollywood version. Just it's the you can't even compare them. But the guy in this is just so good in that particular role. Let the Right One In, the Swedish movie. When I first saw this one, I actually thought it was an 80s movie. It was like, it felt that authentic to the time period until I got to the scene with the cats, and then I was like, wow, this has really good special effects for an 80s movie. And then, I looked it up and it was like made in 2008. But still, awesome movie. And I do like the remake too. Not as much, but it's a pretty good remake. Although it doesn't have the cat scene. Next up is the Spanish movie Time Crimes. When I first saw this one, I thought it was going to be a slasher movie based on the cover, and then it ended up having like the sci-fi time travel elements to it, and I loved it. It blew my mind. It was great. And lastly, I'm going with two Franco Potente movies. German actress, I think both of the movies are German. Run Lola Run, because she's got the iconic red hair and there's all the like running sequences with the techno music, and I like how, it's, if she makes a different choice, it like changes the whole outcome of things. I like stories like that. And then Anatomy, which is kind of a slasher movie set in a medical school, and there's like this secret society. I think it's great. And I also really like the sequel, which Franca Potente has like a small part in as like a reporter, I think. Like she's, I guess, switched from medical school, or maybe she's just investigating her on her own. I don't know. So that's my list. I think these are all pretty well known, so I didn't go into much detail. But I will put a link in the description to Lisa's channel. And until next time, yeah, cheers. Thanks a lot.